So talk to us about San Francisco. Give us some tips for those of us who are going, and especially those of us who are going a day or so early, such as myself, so they can explore this fine Bay Area.
Okay, well, obviously WrestleMania is going to take place closer to San Jose than San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Never been to San Jose. I never, with all due respect to people that live in San Jose, I've never been told I need to go there. It's not like, Carmel or Monterey.
But do you know the way to San Jose?
Yeah, it's down the road from San Francisco. San Francisco is a great city, I'm going to tell you right now. There's tons of great places to eat. We ate like kings while we were there. It was wonderful. I will give you a few tips, however. If you are going into San Francisco, you do not want to rent a car if you don't have to when you're in San Francisco, because on average, and keep in mind, there's just like any other city, you talk about New York, but you're really talking about like Manhattan Island. San Francisco, when you're talking about the city, there's cities outside of the main part where Haight-Ashbury is, Lombard Street, Nob Hill, and all that. But you're really talking about the Wharf area, Financial District, Chinatown. You're talking about that concentrated part where the cable cars run, basically.
Right.
If you're in that part of town and you have a car, it's going to cost you anywhere from, I'm going to say, $45 to $60 a day just to park your car. And good, wow. You will not find spots on the street. Trust me when I tell you that. So you're going to have to say right off the bat, I'm going to have to park my car. So that means you don't want to have a car if you don't have to. And even if, say, you are staying in San Jose and you're going to go up to San Francisco for 2 days, leave the rental car in San Jose. Get a Muni Pass.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the railway to get around.
Yeah. There's something called a Muni Pass, and luckily for you, Mike Johnson, you're going to get lucky because Wheezy never had to scratch the date off of hers, and you can buy a 3-day pass. We bought one at the Walgreens pharmacy down near the station. I'm sure they sell them all over town. It's $26, and you can ride on any Muni vehicle for 3 days unlimited.
Nice.
One ride on the cable car is $6.
Oh, my Lord, really?
Yeah, so if you take 3 cable cars in a day, bang, 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 that's $18.
Yeah.
This is $26 for 3 days. You can also ride the buses and the electric cable cars that run along the wharf. Electric trolleys that run along the Embarcadero, which is basically the Embarcadero, when you make the turn down along the water where Fisherman's Wharf is. It starts at the ferry terminal building, which you could take the ferries to Sausalito, Langspar, then a little further down as you work your way down towards the more concentrated part of town. You hit like the building number 1, then you hit ferry 39 is the first big one. That's where the seals are. Then you hit ferry 41, which you can take to Alcatraz. But anyway,
that's where I'm going. I want to do Alcatraz.
Yeah, there's a cable car, an electric trolley that runs up and down that. The Muni Pass works on that too. And if you take it from one end to the other, I think it's $2.20. So right off the bat, you want to get a Muni Pass. And you might want to look online, but it's MUNI, and it works on everything. You won't have to park a car. It's really cheap. The cable car lines are great. Depending on where you are, there's the California line, which basically runs from the ferry building, which is the terminal building, which there's a little market in there, which is really nice. It's at the far end of the Embarcadero. And then from that, you could take that up to Nob Hill where we stayed and down through Chinatown. And then there's 2 other ones that on the other end of the wharf down near Golden Gate Park, which you'll want to see too, that run to different points. They run, but they all will take you up and will run into California Avenue eventually. So on the cable cars, you will definitely save yourself a lot of steps. And it's funny too, because you can think that, okay, I am, say I am I'm at California and Pal, and I know this means nothing to anybody. I'm going to go downhill, so I'm going to walk the 6 blocks, 8 blocks. What you don't realize is sometimes you'll walk down that hill and it's super steep, and then you'll get halfway there, and then you have to walk straight up another hill. So you're going to want to take the cable cars, because if you don't, you're going to be tired. Now, even walking downhill a lot, if you haven't done it, and you know me, I walk a lot. I walk a lot around here. I walk up and down the hills here a lot. After the first day, which I did about almost 20,000 steps on my Fitbit, the next day your calf's just hurt because you're not used to that walking downhill against that angle. So you got to be prepared for that too. So you definitely want to make sure, leave the car somewhere else, take public transportation into the city and around the city. And, there's a lot of stuff to see. You certainly want to do the war. If you want to go to Bodoon Bakery and get, the clam chowder in the sourdough bread bowl, it's awesome. It's a tourist thing to do. Everybody should do it. You want to walk around the wharf. You want to do Alcatraz. If you have a little extra time, you can take the ferry over to Sausalito. It's a nice little town. And, they run every couple of hours. There's hiking on Angel Island and Tiburon. You can go visit there. I mean, a lot of stuff to do on ferries. Great city. And food is wonderful. You will eat wonderful food. Do not go, unless you're somebody from the East Coast that never gets to eat In-N-Out Burger. Okay, it's okay to eat an In-N-Out, but don't go to Applebee's.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you have the chain where you live, don't eat there when you're away.
No, you want to go and eat there's some really great places there. We had a wonderful meal at the Hyde Street Bar and Grill that I never even heard of. The guy at the hotel told us about. There's a great restaurant there called Seven Hills that we love. We had dinner there. Down at the Ferry Building, there's a real cool place called the Hog Island Oyster Company, we had a wonderful lunch. Otatich Grill is another great place. Had the best Dungeness crab cake I've ever had in my life there. It was wonderful. It's the best crab cake I ever had, and I make really good crab cakes. I will tell you this, though. There's a couple other things. If you say you're going to buy a 6-pack of water to take back to your hotel room, you will pay 5 cents on each bottle you buy. So
we have that, and we do that in New York, too.
Yeah, they charge you up front. And so you're going to see homeless people, and you're going to see people scavenging trash cans, picking bottles out. You will see that right and left. So my point is, if you're going to go there, and you're going to drink a lot of water, and you're not going to take it with you, you just want to leave it in the room, get like a 1.5 liter, and you only have to pay the 5 cents once. Also, when you go buy things at the grocery store, they will charge you 10 cents for each bag they give you.
And put your stuff. I think they do that in New York now, too.
Do they?
Yeah.
And at the Hog Island Oyster Company, I sat down and asked for a Diet Coke, and they told me, we don't sell it. It's not healthy. We don't sell any soda here. I'm like, she said, well, aspartame's really bad for you. I said, yes, so sugar. But she was trying to sell me this homemade sugar soda instead. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, 22 grams of sugar is pretty bad for me, too. So they didn't even sell soda. And they actually have a war on big soda out there, they call it. Like Big Pharma and Big Tobacco. Mm-hmm. They have a war against soda.
All right, well.
Your ex-mayor would fit in well there.
Oh, Bloomberg? He's crazy. But I don't blame him. I just think his methods of doing it were wrong.
Well, here's the bottom line. If people want to drink it, they're just going to buy 2. You're going to get free refills.
Well, I know somebody that works in the movie theater, and they were planning on doing the buy one, get one free on sodas. That's how they were going to get around it.
Yep. Now, and one thing to definitely expect when you get there is it's expensive in San Francisco. Things are expensive.
I was told it's probably in the same realm as like going to New York City or L.A.
Yeah, it's definitely in that same area. Yeah.
So there you go.
And if anybody obviously, there's things to do there. Alcatraz is cool. It's always worth going to see. And just, riding the cable cars is fun. Now, I will tell you this. I do have I got a 3-day Muni Pass. So did my wife because we were there for 3 days. A lot of times, what they'll do is they give you this little, you pay for it. It's $26. You get this pass, and you scratch off. It's good for a year, so you scratch off the month and the first day you use it. So we got there late on Saturday, and I was like, I don't want to scratch off my first day because it's like I'm not going to get a full day out of it. I'm only going to get 2 rides out of it. That sucks. So what I did, we got on the ferry, and I just showed it to the guy. And it took till the 3rd day. So I was like, I'm just going to keep doing it. I showed I had it. They didn't even ask to open it up. So by the 3rd day, finally, someone said, oh, yeah, can you open it? Like the last day we were there. And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, you have to scratch off March and 9. I'm like, okay. So Wheezy opened. She showed hers. I said, just scratch off the March. Leave the dates alone because I was thinking of giving it to you. So they didn't even ask. So just show it to them. If you're going to be there more than 3 days, and then you might be able to keep it longer. I actually, while we were having breakfast yesterday before we left, I walked up to a couple. I'm like, you guys riding the cable cars today? Like, yeah, why? I'm like, here, free. They're like, oh, we're only going to do it today, but we'll give it to somebody for tomorrow. I'm like, cool. So I paid it forward.
There you go. That's what you do.
That's right.
Cool. Well, as long as you get it to me before I leave, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the mail today or tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah, because I'm going to leave. I booked a flight that Tuesday before, so I'm leaving.
So that's the 24th.
Yeah, the Tuesday afternoon. There's like a 4:30 flight out of New York City. I'm going to take that, so I arrive about 8:00 in the evening. Because I figured by then it'll be late in the day. I'll fly, and then I'll be there with enough time to like get myself situated, and then I can get some sleep, and then Wednesday morning I can get out and look around the city.
There you go. So you're staying down near San Jose.
I'm the first night I'm staying in San Francisco, and then I'm going to San Jose Thursday morning.
Where are you staying in San Francisco?
I don't know. My friend booked it. I booked it. I booked the San Jose hotel. They booked the San Francisco hotel.
Sweet.
So they did like Hotwire or something.
So you're going to take a cab?
From where?
The airport.
No, they're going to rent a car for the 2 days we're there, and I told them, well,
ooh, they're going to spend some cash on that.
It was their call, not mine.
Yep, there you go.
So
cool.
But I got a couple of things I'd like to go do there. And you know what sucks is one of the things I wanted to do there is actually close the entire week I'm there. So I was like, I'm going to have to go back to San Francisco at some point. So
you want to close what?
Huh? I said they're closed the entire... Something I wanted to do is close the entire week I'm there.
Gotcha.
And I actually thought about staying afterwards, but they're not going to be reopened until the Wednesday after WrestleMania, at which point I'm like thinking about hotel, meal. Yeah, this is not making any sense. Let's just...
Sex Toys Museum is closed that week, huh?
Apparently so.
Wow.
We do have a museum of sex here in New York.
Oh, yeah, they have one in Vegas, too.
Yeah, I figured as much.
The Erotica Museum.
So I'm glad you had a good trip.
We did. It was fun.